Okay, we're going live. Where
All right,
are
let's
you?
see how this works.
All right. Hello there. Happy Wednesday. I'm just going to make sure that you can hear and see me. So, and Katrina, today, very honored to have her join us because we're going to be talking about the melt method, the foam roll, and she for sure is the specialist in this area. But let's make sure you guys can hear and see me. So if someone's watching and can drop that into the comments, that would be awesome. Just check it out here. So if you have any foam rolling questions, Brian, this is for you. I'm going to show you one thing right off the bat here. Oh, good. Yes, they can see both of us. Love
I
it.
can see myself. Yes. I just got it open.
This
There
is
I
so
am looking.
fun. I can
I
have
know.
friends.
Sorry, my camera. Anyway.
I love it. Okay, so Brian asked a great question about if the foam. So last week, if you want to join in from where this all started, was last week I was showing a couple of restorative poses using a bolster, and there was a member here that doesn't have a bolster. And so he had the very smart idea of using a bolster. And I just want to show how the bolster can be used in replacement of how the foam roll can be used in replacement of the bolster. And then since Katrina specializes in the foam roll, she can give us some other foam rolling tips and techniques for at home. And we'll see with the time. If we have more time, we'll talk about fitting it into the lifestyle. If not, we'll talk in like your overall therapeutic routine. If not, we'll flow into that next week. It'll be part of next week. And it is interactive, so feel free to drop questions into the comments, comment in the comments, all that sort of thing. So let me see. So Brian, this is how I meant for the foam roll to be used in replacement of the bolster. So what you want to do, I have a melt roller because Katrina was so nice to allow me to borrow this, is sit your pelvis onto the foam roll, bend your knees, have your core strong. So you're actually using your core and your arms to lower back and head on the bolster. So both pelvis and head are on the bolster, and the bolster is running, the foam roll is running along your spine. Not to be confusing, I'm using these interchangeably, apparently. If you need a blanket or a pillow underneath your head from here, you can do that. And then start with the palms together and open your arms out wide. And you can play around here, arms straight or even in the cacti position. You want to keep your core engaged so your back doesn't overarch. No pain and tenderness too much right in the front of the shoulder. You should feel a stretch in your chest, but careful about overstretching the front of the shoulder. That's a whole other thing. If you do have questions about that, drop that in the comments, especially if you're watching on the replay. I'll cycle back around and ask it. So this is how I was thinking of using the foam roll instead of a bolster. But Katrina, I'll let you take it away since this is what you do. She teaches the melt method, has gone through many trainings in this, and owns Yoga Del Mar here in San Diego.
Hi, yep. Can you hear me okay, Allison?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully everybody else can too. Yeah, thanks for having me. I do teach the melt method. It's, yes, we use foam rollers in the melt method, but I should clarify that our foam rollers for the melt method, first off, they're long, and secondly, they are soft. And you know they're soft because you can bend them into a smile. And that's one difference that you'll find, like a lot of the foam rollers on the market are quite hard. If you've ever been to a Pilates studio with the black or the white foam rollers, they're really hard, and they're about an inch bigger in diameter. Not that that matters, they all work for different reasons. The melt method is just a particular method of using soft foam rollers. We also use little balls on our hands and feet to work on our superficial fascia, which is right beneath the skin. It's not about myofascial release. It's not about massaging muscles. It's actually about working gently, superficially, so that you can actually elicit a really big response without causing yourself pain. Because the whole motto of the melt method is like, you don't need to, well, not the whole motto, but one of them is you don't need to get in pain to get out of pain. And so it's a very gentle method that anybody can do. I mean, you've taken my classes, you know, they're pretty easy going, I should say.
But they're hard. Like I remember one class in particular, and this was prior to my surgery. So I was like, you know, of normal strength. And I was sore after, because when you're really doing it mindfully, there is like, you're working the body in different ways.
It's true. It's a mindful practice. And a lot of times, and I know this is true in yoga as well, it requires you to activate your core properly in order to execute the moves properly. And that's just protection, you know, for your spine. And so it's a smart thing to do. But you're right. I have been sore as well, especially because I've recovered from an injury recently myself, and my core hasn't been working great either. And I've noticed that I've gotten sore from classes too. But also the other thing is sometimes just working on your fascia can also release things that maybe you weren't expecting, and you might feel kind of soreness or tenderness, or I don't know, even emotions
Yeah,
that
totally.
you weren't expecting. You know, and you know, as a massage therapist, that like emotions are stored in the fascia as well. And you know, especially right now around Valentine's and everything, we've been doing a lot of heart opening. We have a move that we do on the sternum, which is not done in isolation, but it can really release a lot of emotions in your fascia. So, but I think probably the biggest thing that I see people doing with foam rollers that is different to what we teach in the melt method is they often want to get on a roller and just like roll it up and down and iron themselves like a shirt, is what Sue Hintzman, who created the melt method, she always says that, oh, you see people at the gym ironing themselves like a shirt. And we don't really treat the roller quite that way in the melt method. We do a little rolling, but we often work like a really small spot, and then we move up and work another little small spot. Because again, it's not about getting in there and getting deep. It's about working a little bit more superficially, but you sort of check in before and afterwards, and you'll feel these huge changes in your body. So it's good that way.
No, I love that. Thank you so much. And yeah, and you guys, you're so lucky right now, because even if you're not here in San Diego to go to Yoga Del Mar, fortunately, because of the pandemic, her classes are online. So you can join in these melt methods with Katrina. It's a wonderful complement to your yoga practice, your CrossFit, whatever it may be. And it doesn't mean that you have to work out take care of yourself for hours a day, because when you are doing the melt method, it's, you can't, well, I shouldn't say you can't, but for most people doing CrossFit or running hard, or even vigorous yoga 7 days a week, it's not giving the body time to recover. And melt method is a great complement an off day. So like throwing it in the mix, alternating it from like running or CrossFit days or vigorous yoga days or whatever, or getting a routine and adding it at the end of running, for example, like 10-15 minute routine. There's many ways to go about it, but if you want to learn more, for sure, I'll drop Yoga Del Mar's, or you can drop it in at the end of this, the link to her studio, so you can jump into classes. If you're having difficulty like fitting it into your schedule, or is not sure if you have a specific injury or something you're working on, then just reach out to me. I'm happy to help with that. We can jump on a call and work that out. So many ways to go about it. Any other things you want to share?
Well, I like I said, I just want to be clear that hard and lumpy and different types are absolutely fine for what they're designed for. I just want to clarify that I don't have anything against those types of rollers. They're just used for different things, and they will go a bit deeper. But the exercises we do on the soft roller are just a little bit more gentle and a little less painful. Oh, and you can pick these up like through our studio. If you reach out, if you live in San Diego, I can deliver one to you. Otherwise, they can be ordered online through meltmethod.com or through our website. There's a link to it as well. But you won't find them on Amazon. I should clarify that.
Yeah, no, that's very good to know. I personally, I have both, and I love the melt roller because I'm really sensitive. So like, and especially some areas like the quads, the IT band or the hips, they can be so sensitive. And I love just how it, like you said, it just gets into that superficial layer and you can really feel it. Like when you have us pause and compare the side, you can really feel the difference side to side. So it is a great compliment.
Yeah.
Especially
when our
now.
classes are like an hour long, we're shortening one of them to 45 minutes. They're 3 times a week. But yeah, I'll drop the link in on the chat below.
Awesome. Yeah. So if your favorite massage therapist is not massaging right now because of the pandemic, or you don't feel comfortable getting on the table, this is a great substitute. Or even if you are getting massages, keep the work of the massage longer in your body by doing this work. So many benefits.
Agreed.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on. If you're watching this on the replay and have a specific question for Katrina or I, you can always just tag us in the comments and we'll be checking it over the next few days. But thank you so much again, Katrina.
No problem.
All righty. Bye for now.
Bye.